What's going on, guys? This is Burrs, and I want to talk to you today about the Eureka Assault 4 tent. Now, I'm doing this indoors because of the wind and the noise outside when I was actually filming some video for it. So I'm going to roll in a bunch of video and I'm going to talk about it today. So as you can see with the size, this definitely isn't something that you're going to want to take backpacking. This isn't something, I mean, it's honestly the size of a backpack itself. So it's definitely not something you want to take backpacking. I wouldn't even want to split this up and go backpacking. This is a car camping tent, and that's what we used it for. Now, the times that we used this, what we found was it works really well. There are some points in it though that I think can definitely be improved upon, and we'll talk about those coming up. First off, let's talk about the floor, or the footprint, if you will. You know, the footprint on this is good. As you can see right here, it does have a tape seam, so you don't have to really worry about any problems there. And you know, it's basically just what a footprint has to be. It just has to be something between you, or your tent, and the ground, which is exactly what this is. It works well. Lots of color coding going on with this tent, and you know, that was actually exceptional as far as, you know, putting it together and getting up quick. Because the first time we actually used this tent, what happened was it actually started raining about a quarter of the way through putting it up. So the color coding came in to help very much so. As far as the fly goes, which is the part that goes on the outside of the tent, what you're going to see is a 70, it's either 70 or 75 denier material, and I did not see anything come through as far as the precipitation went. And what I did notice though was on the top of the tent, where the very top of it was, it looked like it was supposed to slope off to the side as far as the precipitation, but what happened was it actually created kind of like a concave where water would lay. And I was actually surprised to see that the fly material didn't allow any water to penetrate in, which amazed me a lot, because every time we use this we notice that little concave, and that's a design flaw in my opinion. I think they could definitely improve upon that, particularly with the price of this. Because I think there's a, you know, they could create a better design rather than have that there. I think that's, you know, maybe something that was overlooked that they could definitely improve upon in the future. When it comes to actually how it operates, it actually has what I would call kind of like an Egyptian roll-up feature. You know, it's definitely something that would come over there, you know, over in the Egyptians, where you kind of roll up the front and you kind of tie it up, and you have that opening on the front. I don't know, it just reminds me of Egypt for some reason. But so you have that, and the thing I noticed with that is, it is kind of a pain in the butt to get in and out of the tent. I mean, because you have those two zippers that go up. If you just had one where you'd move to the side, it's a lot easier than having two zippers and then this flap thing there. So I mean, that was kind of interesting to get used to. But does it work? It definitely worked. There was no problems whatsoever as far as the rain getting in, because it did rain a lot the first time we used it. As far as for the inside, definitely roomy. There's a lot of ventilation, and compared to the Marmot that I've reviewed in the past, the what's it called, the Limelight 4, or the Limestone 4, I forget exactly, but that one we use a lot. I've probably used that easily 20 times now. And the difference between the two is how the dome is. So on the Marmot, which has really stood up to tons of wind, tons of weather, kind of has a dome shape, whereas this kind of has concaves in it, like I was talking about earlier. So, you know, as far as that goes, they can definitely improve upon that. But like I said, the performance it has not failed as far as precipitation goes. So I can't knock that. Tons of ventilation on the inside, and it has a 210D floor as far as the denier rating. So it's a very hardened floor, and it has the bathtub effect, so it comes up a little bit on the corners. So as far as, you know, water getting in, I haven't had any problems with water getting into this. And as far as precipitation in the morning following, you know, the night, no problems whatever. They also have some vents on the tent, so you can vent the tent very well. So as far as coming down to, you know, does it, you know, is it worth the price? If you're looking for a bomb-proof tent that you're not going to backpack in, it's going to be more for car camping, and this is something you're looking at, or something you want to take a look at, it definitely performs well. There are some areas, like I said though, that I definitely think that Eureka can improve upon in the design. I've had no problems with the poles, which are aluminum. They went up very well. They haven't bent or anything like that. Haven't had any breakages or anything along the lines of that. So as far as the tent goes, used it a bunch of times, haven't had a problem, but I definitely see some key areas. One being that concave on the top, definitely need to fix that. But beyond that, I think the majority of the rest of the tent is good to go. And I think if they would adjust the front door, I think it would be more appealing to more people. So if you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. If you guys have one of these Eureka tents or pretty much any Eureka tent and you want to talk about your experience, go ahead and put that in the comments down below, or better yet, make a video about it. Until next time,